Hey guys, it's me, Mario again, and today we're going to continue Nanook, the snow monster. Yeah. Chapter 7, Torn Apart. Here we go. His heartbeat quickened. Tom looked all around. The horizon was thumping with distant snow dunes, but there was no snow monster in sight. Then Tom looked down at his feet and saw an intricate lace work of cracks spreading over the ice with every thump. He caught his breath as the hairline He caught his breath as the hairline cracks began to surround him. Storm might have thought he dragged them to safer ice, but it wasn't safe anymore. Suddenly he remembered the old stories about Nanook from his childhood. His uncle had told him that she was able to shatter ice with just a stump of her foot. Under Marvel's evil spell, Nanook could start a huge natural disaster if the ice fields tore apart. Then the trade route to Aventia could never be passed. Medical supplies across the kingdom would dry up. People would get sick and die. He had to do something. "Can you feel that vibration?" he whispered to Elena. Elena, still shivered violently in the sleigh, looked down at the maze of hairline cracks in the ice. The wave, she gave him a fearful look. "It's Nanook, isn't it?" "We have to find her," said Tom, nodding slowly. "My guess is she's hiding somewhere in the snow dunes over there." He pointed to the dunes at the side of the valley. The distant sinister jangle of a bell came again. It seemed to slice through his senses like no other bell he had ever heard. Elena stared out at the dunes. What is that?" she asked. Albin said the snow monster wore a bell around her neck. Tom said, "Maybe it's an enchanted bell, part of Melville's curse." "Did that bell have anything to do with the warm temperature?" It might have been his imagination. But it seemed to be getting hotter every time he heard it. Suddenly there was an enormous thump, and a huge tremor tore through the thick ice. A large jagged crack appeared. Storm snorted in fear, and Tom gasped as he was knocked to his knees. The ice fields breaking up," shouted Tom. He scrambled up and started pulling at Storm's harness. We must free him from the sleigh," he said urgently. If it falls through the gap in the ice, Storm will be pulled into the lake. He won't stand a chance. Despite her shivering, Elena managed to jump from the sleigh to join him, and together they wrestled with the buckles of the harness. The ice beneath them crackled, creaked, and groaned. It sounded like the moan of an animal in pain, as though the ice itself were alive. Storm whined in terror. Finally, Tom undid Storm's last buckle, and the stallion broke free of the sleigh. Quickly, Tom grabbed his sword and shield from the sleigh, and jumped into the stallion's back, pulling Elena on behind him. Yeah, he shouted. They had to cross the lake of ice and get to the snow dunes before the crack in the ice became a river. With Silver sprinting beside them, they flew across the ice. The brilliant turquoise line of water splitting, winding and winding behind them. Storm had never collapsed so fast. The wind whipped their cheeks. The wind whipped their cheeks and blew the breath from their lungs. Would they make it? Faster, Storm, Tom urged. Faster, we must reach those snow dunes. He could see Silver ahead of them, already safely at the dunes. But just before the edge of the ice, the crack overtook them. They were now faced with a stream of turquoise water that grew wider by the second as Tom and Elena looked on in horror. But Storm didn't hesitate. Gathering himself, he pounced his muscles and leaped forward. Tom felt the air whistling past him. It was as if they were flying. He could hear Elena screaming behind him and Silver howling as Storm's front legs reached out and landed safely on the other side on the soft snow with just inches to spare. Storm skidded to a halt before the dunes, throwing up clouds of snow from his hoofs. Just as they landed, the ice gave a huge, ominous boom. And the crack opened as wide as the river, stretching in either direction as far as the eye could see. The deadly turquoise water churned and bubbled. Tom and Elena watched as Brandon's sleigh pitched and rolled, then disappeared beneath the ice, lost forever. They sat panting, staring at the river in the ice field. It had slipped the ice northern plains from the rest of Eventia. Now they had to succeed in their quest. If Nanook had split the ice fields, then only she could make it whole again. Otherwise, the healing Arctic herbs could never leave the north. Soars again. The northern soars again, and many people in the kingdom would die for lack of medicine. Tom turned Storm towards the snow dunes. "It's time we met face to face, Nanook," he said. "While there's blood in my veins, I'll end this." Just then they heard a terrifying roar, together with the piercing, sinister chime of the bell. This time it sounded very close. "This is it," thought Tom, fear and panic rising up from his stomach. "It's time to meet another beast." And that was chapter 7. The next one is chapter 8. This is them in the ice lake, crossing the ice lake. This storm almost falling into the river. Almost, but not quite. He made it. And yeah. That was chapter 7. Torn apart. Well, I hope you guys enjoy my reading of the Beast Quest books. We have 2 more chapters of this book and 9 more chapters of the last book. Pause the Flamebird. Phoenix. Well, hope you guys enjoy my videos. I really wish I could do them on Saturday, but I keep getting busy on Saturday. I don't know. I didn't even do my laundry yet. And I was supposed to do it on the weekends. Yep. Well, hope you guys enjoy my videos. And I hope you check out my art, Dragonmastermario, and my Twitch, Mario Hoehlein, and my Twitter, also Mario Hoehlein. Well, hope you guys enjoy my videos. I hope I can make these on Saturday in the future. But I was kind of busy on Saturday, so I couldn't. Sorry. Well, see you guys in the next video. Hopefully Saturday. Alright. Bye-bye. See you in another video. Bye.